broken. Please tell me what is wrong with me." The master listened patiently, then handed Haru an empty clay jar. Without explanation, he said, "Go to the river, fill this jar, and bring it back to me." Confused, Haru obeyed. He dipped the jar into the flowing water and filled it to the brim. But as he carried it back, he noticed water leaking from a crack along its side. By the time he reached the hut, most of the water was gone. Ashamed, he lowered his head. "Forgive me, master. The jar is broken. I cannot keep it full." The master smiled gently. "Exactly. This jar is your life. You are trying to fill it with everyone else's expectations, but the cracks of your soul leak them away. No matter how hard you try, you will never feel full until you pour into it what truly belongs to you." Haru's eyes widened. "But master, if I stopped living for others, won't they call me selfish? Won't I lose their love?" The master placed a hand on his shoulder. His voice was calm but firm. "Tell me, Haru, what is worse, being called selfish by others or betraying yourself every day of your life?" Those words struck Haru like thunder. For a moment, he felt his chest tighten and tears filled his eyes. He realized that for years he had been betraying himself, killing his dreams, silencing his voice, hiding his true soul just to win the approval of others. That night, for the first time in years, Haru searched under his bed and pulled out an old wooden box. Inside was a brush and some faded paints, his secret treasure from childhood. With trembling hands, he dipped the brush and began painting under the moonlight. Every stroke brought tears to his eyes, but also life back into his heart. For hours, he painted the river, the mountains, and even the cracked jar the master had given him. For the first time, he felt alive. Days turned into weeks. Haru continued working in the fields, continued helping his parents, but he no longer buried his soul. Each evening, he painted. Slowly, word spread in the village. People came to see his art. Some laughed, saying, "A farmer wasting time with colors." Others whispered, "He's lost his mind." At first, the voices hurt, but Haru remembered the master's words. What is worse, being called selfish by others or betraying yourself every day of your life? He chose not to betray himself anymore. Over time, something surprising happened. The same villagers who mocked him began to admire his paintings. A traveling merchant saw his art and offered to buy it. Soon, Haru's work spread beyond the village. People from other towns came to see the young farmer who painted with soul. But more importantly, Haru no longer felt empty. He still helped his parents, he still cared for his friends, but he no longer lived as a prisoner of their approval. He lived for his truth. One evening, as the sun set and the village children gathered around him, Haru told them the story of the cracked jar. He said, "If you live only for others, your life will always leak away. But if you dare to pour your own dreams, your own truth into your jar, it will finally be full." The children listened with wide eyes. Some of the adults who had once mocked him now nodded in silence, realizing the depth of his words. Years later, Haru's name was remembered not just as a farmer or a painter, but as a man who showed his village the power of living true to oneself. People said, "He taught us something greater than farming or painting. He taught us how to live." And so, my friend, remember this. If you spend your whole life living for others, you will lose yourself. But if you dare to live your truth, you will inspire others to do the same. If you found wisdom in this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Life Lessons Library for more inspiring tales.